Hi, I'm Zeenia, and I'm here with Chris Brown, the DP and cinematographer of the new and upcoming movie, Up in the Attic. Now, Chris, before we get into the movie, what made you want to get into cinematography?
Well, Z, I would say it started in the 90s. Normally, I started as a recording engineer, recording different mixtapes and albums for the different artists in my town. And in listening to a lot of these and working with the local artists, I realized a lot of these mixtapes were sounding like movie soundtracks in their content. So I started thinking about putting the mixtapes, the soundtrack into movies and videos. So I invested in a certain camera. I did a lot of research on which way to go, what type of camera to get, and I went ahead and I purchased the camera. And from there, that's where it all started. I started out doing local talent shows and pageants. My wife is the New Jersey director for Talent America. She also runs her own pageants. So, I was predominantly a big help to her in that. And in different local endeavors for the local artists, filming them and whatever I can lend my talents to. So that's where it all started, to answer your question.
Oh, okay. So how did you get involved with the movie Up in the Attic, and how did you make the decision on what cameras to use, Chris?
Well, my involvement started with Kamal, the director of the movie. I knew Kamal, I would say, since my last year in high school, and just recently we kind of hooked back up. I originally saw his ad that he was looking for cast members for the movie. So we talked, and I told him what my interests were as far as cinematography. He said he had someone in mind, and I said that was fine. Still, I wanted to be involved. It turns out that through conversations through the three of us, the other person involved, that it would be all right for me to go ahead and shoot the film. As far as the cameras, my decision on cameras, I have two cameras. For those of you guys who are DV enthusiasts, I have the HVX200A and the HVX200. The HVX200 is a high definition camera. I thoroughly enjoyed this camera. It is an ease to work with. The workflow of it is a lot better. I use the P2 cards, and I use also another product called the FS100, which all it is a hard disk drive which I can record to, which saves a lot of time where digital videotapes is concerned. So yeah, the HVX is what I'm using now.
About achieving a film look for the movie Up in the Attic without using a DOF adapter.
Well, Z, one of the reasons why I chose the HVX200 to use this camera is because I think as far as the film look, achieving the film look, that this is one of the best cameras to use. For one thing, that I am shooting in 24p, which a lot of you guys know that is the frame rate per second for the film look. This camera has everything that you would need to achieve that look without actually using the DOF adapter. I used manual focus, which really helped me a lot. I was able to focus in, especially in close-ups, to whatever subject I was shooting. The ND filters are amazing, especially in bright light, bright sun. They're amazing. I didn't have to drop in any filters at all. What else? The scene file here, which actually selects the 24p selection for me, was great. I was able to open up the camera, go into the menu, and select the different modes. For example, the color, the gain, the iris. I can adjust the iris selection here, which really helps me a lot. So as far as this camera, it was the perfect camera to use when I didn't have a DOF adapter.
So can you tell us, how can young people get involved in the field of cinematography, and how important is it for us to tell our own stories?
Well, Z, I can tell you, in my opinion, I think research the field that you would like to get into. Research the field of cinematography. Look for accredited schools that are out there that do provide good education and has a good background. Me personally, I believe reading. I'm a person that reads everything he gets his hand on. So in the very beginning, as far as the cinematographer game, so to speak, I read everything that I could get my hands on in the field of cinematography. How to, whether it was a DVD, I watched it. Whether it was a book, I read it, and I learned a lot. I kind of taught myself. I didn't go to any school at all. I pretty much just taught myself and read a lot, did a lot of research. For the younger kids these days, right out of high school, the 18-year-olds, the 19-year-olds, I would recommend the same thing. Do a lot of reading. If the money's there and you're dead serious into it, you're dead serious looking into cinematography, check out the schools. I have found these days the schools may be kind of expensive. There are a couple of schools I looked into, and yes, they are kind of expensive. So before I tell any young person to go to this school, go to that school, make sure it's something that you really, really want to do, because the investment is very high in this field. And I would hate to see somebody spend a lot of money and then maybe 5 years after they graduate, they fall into a different field. So make sure that cinematography is your love, is your passion, something that you want to do.
So Chris, how can we get in touch with you?
Well, Zeenia, I have a company. It's called Brown Dog Productions. My email address is cbrown223, CBROWN 223 at AOL.com. I also have a MySpace page. It's MySpace/BrownDogProductions.com. It's Brown Dog with 2 G's, BrownDogProductions.com. You can also see me at the Up in the Attic website.
Well, Chris, I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming out here to talk with us, and I look forward to seeing your work in Up in the Attic as well as future endeavors. This is Zeenia. Bye.